Salutations! This Searching for Rankings will also be part of a newer playlist I've been doing called Shoutouts, which is where I do quick videos based directly from either suggestions or from others. Just ideas I've had from them that were inspired by to spark the flames of my creativity. What I mean by that here is a well-known YouTuber. If you follow Warriors, Samurai, and Dynasty, he's a huge fan of that stuff. He's done a lot of videos regarding that for several characters. By the name of DrakeVagabond. He's the first one to do this video, a Tiermaker of all the... So, I was like, okay, I played enough of those games for where I can add my 2 cents in for something like that. So, here we are. I agreed with a lot of his setup. A few, there was a couple I've looked at it and was like, maybe I would rank this a little higher, I'd rank this a little lower. If I agreed completely with his entirety, this wouldn't be a video at all. Anyway, Drake did this in his own order, so I'll try and follow that as opposed to going from left to right like I usually do. And he started... I got a dupe down there because he shows up twice, Toyohisa. The reason for the season, Nobunaga, he ranked him as S, and I will as well, of course. The look, the moveset. He's the reason for the season. We don't have a series without Nobunaga. Like Drake went through him, and then a lot of stuff that were like tied with him, and then tied to Hideyoshi later, and then all the other randoms and stuff like that. So I'm trying to follow his order he went through here. Hell, even Capcom knows he's the poster boy because they used him for Devil Kinks. Odamus Prime, front and center. Alright, I'm back. But yeah. The Sengoku period was WWE's Attitude Era. He's your Stone Cold. And yes, that's the bottom line, because that's so. The other big poster boy, Yukimura Sanada. He put him at A. Because a lot of stuff kind of... In my opinion, a lot of stuff just kind of happens to him, so I agree with that statement. Yeah, even Spirit of Sanada, I was like, It's the only thing keeping away from that S. He's atop that A mountain for me, and I'd be hard-pressed to put anybody past him, because that's how I do tier makers for these, so... We'll see how long they sit on top of their throne. And Hideyoshi. Drake placed him at B. I'd go so far to put him in A myself. Not above Yukimura, but A. His moveset's a little weird to me, spinning around and stuff like that, but... You know what struck me as a looks can be deceiving type in my eyes. I've been able to truck some missions with him. Yeah, I'm trying... He might base this off Warriors and stuff like that. My base is a little bit more off the Orochi games that I mess with him, and if they show up and do stuff, help out with that regard, so... But yeah, every time I mess with Hideyoshi, he's just been able to... He's one of those better at crowds than single officer types. That's where he excels at. Yeah, in a game like that, you use him to like clear out crowds and then switch to somebody who's better at like just one-on-one, just ready to just decimate. But there's a lot of characters that are good at just both. So, yeah. But he's an A for me. Especially when you consider historically his run at the top was pretty much a lock until he dies off and we get that one last civil war between his two biggest vassals in Ieyasu and Mitsunari, which he did next. Ieyasu he placed at a B... And that I do agree with. He takes so many L's, you're almost like, really? He's the guy? That one? Ieyasu? Really? He doesn't even have Tadakatsu for that portion of where he does finally win. But he's only like one battle away. But yeah, it's... History's written by the winners. Yeah, it weren't for Mitsunari staying loyal to his side of things. Mitsunari, he also placed at a B. I'll put him lower than that, too. He is very hard to kind of sympathize with, even with him being busted in an earlier Orochi game for me, that's not enough to take him out of B, and historically not even over Ieyasu, so the placements are where they need to be right now. Mitsuhide Akechi at an A. Akechi, I'd say, yeah. Yeah, he's good there. Not the poster boy, but still, the more I think about it, the harder it was for me to debate where he's at, and I'm thinking, you know what? Later games really, really start to push him. He gets, like, bigger and bigger glow-ups each time. Classy design, cool moveset. Drake said his constant story being just tied to Nobunaga instead of kind of his own dude does keep him out of S. And so he's there. He put Kenshin at a B. I can't disrespect someone with a sword that cool in that Bishamonten summon. I actually like that whole clan. My third favorite behind the Hojo and Oda in that order. Dude, beast mode's into A for me. But where in A is the question. Yeah. Yeah, I do get a little bit more out of Kenshin in my opinion than, again, just because of what he's associated with it and running with his crew or something like that. So, yeah. A little bit behind Yukimura, but still in good company. Is Nemesis Shingen Takeda. Drake says C. Cool design. I'm loving the glow up for 5. He's getting everybody's... All the guys in there are either becoming youngified or just daddy material. Well, sex sells for the ladies too. I won't deny that. But I also won't deny the C rating he has for him. Yeah. I like the design, but he's just not around to be like... He's cool. He's a very high C. Like kind of pushing against the glass ceiling of Boo right now, I think. So, I don't know if I'll put anybody ahead of that right now. We'll see. Yeah, I got my notes written down here. Like, I know what the ranking is. I'm just not sure where to put them just yet until I start doing here. He put Ujiyasu Hojo. Where's he at? There he is. Shit, it's hard to do at a glance. Sorry. He put Ujiyasu Hojo in an S. That I agree with. The look, the weapon, the company he keeps. He surrounds himself with ass kickers more than ass kissers with, like, personality. He's got the whole Yakuza drip thing going on. Yeah, I really like Ujiyasu. Pretty strong debut. Motochika in S, says Drake. Not so much for me. He's A, but I actually put him behind a little bit. Because I don't like his moveset as much as everybody else's, so that's why he's down there. But again, he's got a cool story. He's hanging out with he keeps a cool crowd. He's got a cool look. He's got the whole bat going on with the shamisen. So yeah, but the moveset where he, like, runs around a lot. He's a little unwieldy to control, in my opinion. But yeah, just based on the story and everything and how he's portrayed. Nohime. He put S. That might be the biggest disagreement here. I know she's important to Oda's story and a big tipping point. I'd be lying if I said I didn't like her moveset that much. Design-wise, she looks far more intimidating than, say, Basara, even though I like the whole guns thing. I don't know. I think Zhang He did the claw things better, but... enough to make her Queen Bee, let's say that. I'll put her ahead of Ieyasu and Mitsunari any day. But yeah. So she's Queen Bee for now. We'll see what happens. Ranmaru, he had almost an A, and then he brought him down to a B, because he think like, I'm kind of overselling him. Yeah, I'd say it's more B tier. Pretty standard. Where, though? Is he okay here? Low? Not much meat on the bone, because they do him like he looks very womanly or something like that. They do that, and then it's just like, that's about it with him. So, yeah, he's a little down there behind all those guys, because, again, not much meat on that bone. It was almost a C at first. I thought I might have been overselling him, but I'm like, it's still Ranmaru. He's not someone I would, like, not dislike playing as, so that's why he's above Shingen. Gracia at an S. She does feel like an anomaly. Nothing too noteworthy. Good relationship with Magoichi. Moveset is interesting. I feel she's closer to a very high A. In fact, I will place her... I wasn't going to place her between Yuki and Akechi, her dad. But ahead of Kenshin? Not ahead of Kenshin, no. No. Kenshin's too strong. I'm not going to rush out to play her first thing. That's the only thing that's keeping her out of, like, S. Like, those two up there I would mess with in a heartbeat. Hisahide S. Absolutely. The Starscream with the Oda, you kidding me? He was the one I had the most fun with in his debut. For, 4, was it he was in? I think so, yeah, 4. He gets the big final fuck you, and one of the greats in Oda Nobunaga is like, fuck your two-set, buy a new one. You can't forgive a dead man, fuck you. We should all be so lucky to go out like that in front of a boss we hate, you know? Did not know Munenori Yagyu was his bodyguard. I assumed he was just another Oda vassal just kind of wandering around, and then after that he kind of does, I guess. I do agree with the A listing he had. I'll put him... Yeah. Not above Hideyoshi. Briefly I thought about it, but yeah, that's a good placing. Katsuye Shibata, Nagamasa Azai, and Ouchi. I almost want to put Nagamasa Azai to S, because I almost want to put him here. Almost. Because I like his moveset so much, but I will do this. There's Katsuye. You're here. And Ouchi. Not over Gracia. In fact, I might... I'll pull him down. Oof. I need to think about this one. Because I just put 3 characters on here. Where do I want them? On A. Exactly. Yeah, that's about right. As good as he is, I'm trying to... Do I want him here? Kind of dancing with that. I think he's... Yeah. I like the dual axis thing he's got going on, but he's... Might actually be a little less memorable than Ouchi. We get to do a lot more on her fancy stuff. It should be. That's better. Yeah, that's a little better. I'll put him... I might even put him farther down. Nah, dual axes. I like his moveset. Very straightforward, very cool. Yeah, that's where we'll... That sound. That sound for me. Toshie Maeda. Weirdly, somehow he always slips my notice for some reason, so... Drake had him in an A, but... I don't know. I thought he was... I think he's B. I'll put him against Ranmaru for sure. Might be rich and I put him ahead of Ieyasu, maybe. Yeah. Again, there's so many characters. Some just kind of... He always struck me as someone who's kind of slips through the cracks, which is the cracks. Which is Sam, because I thought Keiji for a while, his nephew Keiji Maeda, of course he gets out the class by him. He was up there. He put him at A as well. That I can agree with. Had a Ouchi, had a Gracia. The prototype Toddy. I almost want to S the guy. But I had to think about it for a while. Again, that Toddy's got a lot more going for him story-wise than everything else. He's another wanderer for a while here or there. But I put respect on the name. I'm not going to... Putting him on anything other lower than A would be disrespecting that guy. Hell, I'm probably disrespecting Toshie. This is pretty strong in its own right. But again, I personally just... Again, some characters just slip through the cracks and I don't remember him that much. I think he's a dual wielder too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I just like how he handled his better. I think he's up there with Katsuye. But yeah, that's a pretty good. Yeah, he's up in the upper echelon of the A rank for me. Would have been S if were it not for Toddy. Okuni, he had at A. That I will agree with. Fun to play. One of those anomaly characters that doesn't really need to exist, but she brings something a little something different to the table. Movesets, again, she's higher than him, but moveset more, a little more than Munenori. There. Yeah, lower tier A, but she's fun to play as. Fun stories all with her all around. Not much meat on the bone. She's always paired with, where is he? Goemon Ishikawa. Drake had him at a C. Yeah, I will agree with that statement. I have a little bit more... I have a little bit of fun with his moveset, but as far as bounty characters jumping around and stuff like that, Menghuo does it better. And he had like bare hands or something like that for one of the Orochi games. You ain't touching that. Like, his most notable thing is really just stealing and then jobbing out to Hideyoshi, being boiled alive in his own gold or something like that. Oof. Speaking of jobbers, Yoshimoto Imagawa, I'm very interested to see, like he got the biggest glow up in 5. I'm interested to see him, like, oh my god, I actually make him a threat, but for me, he's down here. I don't like his moveset at all. Kamari thing is interesting, but yeah. In once again, another wrestling term for Oda. That's the second one I'm going to make. Bill Goldberg's streak began with the Bill DeMott, or the Hugh Morris. And that's what Imagawa is. He's the 1-1-0 for Nobunaga. So yeah, history. Once again, history is written by the winners, and again, the moveset and everything else, and just... But again, most excited for that glow up for 5. I would really love to see something like that. Nene is indeed a Kunouchi clone. She's got a bit more to her, but kind of the Den Mother thing going on. She's one of those, like, scary if she's angry, love the moveset. She's got a little more than... But... being a clone of somebody already, even though you got more to it, it's like a really good cover song. Like, do I place her any higher on A? I like her moveset a little bit better. And again, a little more than Munenori, a little more than Okuni. A little ahead of the, yeah. I'll put you ahead of your husband. That's where you can sit. If I had a husbando for Samurai Warriors, it'd be Sakon Shima, who Drake put in an S. And I was like, wow, yeah. Something about him. Just the look, the fact that he's like kind of the very tactical thing he's got going on. You do like sword combos and it'll just make it rain arrows to add to that sort of thing. I don't know. I always have a soft spot for Sakon. I think just because of that though, I can't put him any higher on S, but he's up there. For a while, he was almost ahead of Yukimura, but yeah, you would have just sat there atop A for a while maybe, and I was like, every time I get a chance to play with him, I go for it. Loves me some Sakon. He ranks Kanbei at an A. I feel like his moveset takes time to set up with the multi-crystal ball option. Cool design, but way too much set for a game with combat as fast as Muso. But because he plays a pivotal enough role, I will say B. It's a neat design. It takes a while to set up, but it is a different, unique enough moveset to kind of keep him in shallower waters than the Dupe Band and Sundu. So he can right there. little behind Mitsunari, because I like Mitsunari's moveset a little bit more. But more meat on the bones than, say, Ramaru, so he's fine there. Hanbei, where are you at? There you are. Walking disappointment, you. You're due, but you can go ahead of Yoshimoto. Yeah. Not someone I'm very fond of playing with or just having to deal with it or at all. They made him like a little too bratty or whatever. I think Drake had him in a C. I got him, so yeah. But yeah, for those reasons, I got him a little lower than that. It's a unique little sundial disc armor weapon, but lumped with other characters in when I was playing with him for, I think, one of the Orochi games. So I was like, yeah, I can do better than this guy. Motonari Muri at a C. I like your moveset a little bit better than these other two. Actually, do I put you against Shingen? Because Shingen... Again, I like Shingen, but not much with him either. But I like the moveset. Where to put you on here? You stay right where you are, Goemon. You ain't going out of there. You're probably going to be bottom of that tier. Yeah. The crossbow thing with like the super combos together, the big hit, the lots of hitting combos is kind of really the only thing you got going for you. Takakage, he had it a bit. I like his moveset and everything enough to put him a little bit higher on Boo myself. I agree with the ranking. Yeah, that's good company right there. Yeah. Kind of Page Lake had thing going for him. He does get to do a lot of cool shit with his moveset and all that. He's like the most standout of all like the Surge characters. Again, his moveset and everything. Even though there's more to Kanbei, I like his moveset a little bit better. Enough to bump him over Last Jobber and Forgettable. Aya, I would almost bump her to A from Drake's B. Because I like her moveset a little bit. But again, she's another one that takes a while to mess around with in some cases. But she's like the least memorable of that whole Uesugi clan, to be honest with you, as far as playable characters. She was like a fancy NPC for the third game, and then I think like an expansion made her playable, so I only get to mess with her like for only a little while, and so maybe that was enough to be like, or was she? I think she was actually playable the first time for me in the 3DS Samurai Warriors, which I didn't do too much of. Koshosho, he had at S. I will put you ahead of Sakon. Because you got a lot more interesting shit going on with you. Sakon's just kind of like... It's bandit material, so it's going to be like kind of... Again, I like Sakon, but I'm even thinking maybe... I don't know. If I like him above Yukimura, let him be above Yukimura. But do I want him above Yukimura in A? Do I bump him down to that? No, he's fine. He's fine. I should put her ahead of Matsunaga, no doubt. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Wish there was more to do with her as far as just the whole like, I curse men or something. Men just by having them be around me. It's like, oh, I haven't been cursed yet. Well, a long time since I played a lot of story, but very interesting moveset where she just throws like the sash and just like Spider-Manning all over the fucking place. Yeah, she's cool. She's an S for sure. He had Magawuchi Saika at an S as well. They hit you with the Nerf stick, so I might think so. You might be kind of low down there. But again, what a contrast I did when I played the first Samurai Warriors. I don't think you're breaking ahead of anybody else, though, in my opinion. But you're at the bottom of that S mountain, but it's still you're still among tremendous company there. Yoshihiro Shimazu at A. I agree. But he's a very high A. Third place right now, yeah. Yeah, he was up there. Actually, yeah. Fourth place. Yeah. Briefly thought of putting him ahead of Ozai. I don't know. I like the gravels and everything. Really cool look and all that. Such cool shit with the hammer and the grappling stuff. Definitely a powerhouse in his own right. Alright, his nephew, I think it's his nephew, Toyohisa, or his son, or something like that, I forget. He had him at B, I agree. He'd be at a C if it weren't for the axe grabbing thing that I think is cool so much. So you go here. You stay behind. You might be a little bit ahead, but that's not against anybody else though. But yeah, my second best girl, Ginshio. He put her at a C. I can't lump her with those guys. I ain't doing that. She's at least a B. I like her moveset maybe a little better than Drake put her on, with all the lightning and everything else, and her sword's like really, really cool. So yeah, against Toyohisa. You're the new Queen Bee. You're the new Queen Bee, because it's really got the kind of feudal, the rivalry with the Shimazu going on. So yeah, she's... Again, I like her enough to put her in A, but I just... hitting the glass ceiling of B is... He had her husband at B, Munashige, who can... Don't know if you're going to be right next to her. I like the design. Honestly, yeah, I like the design more. Honestly, you were Queen Bee for like all of 5 seconds. Yeah, put him mid B. Put him on that pedestal. And the moveset with the shield and everything, such a classic design. I was like, out of all the guys and the people new in 3, like his design appealed to me the most, and I wanted to mess with that. I'm like, ooh, cool shield. And yeah, he's supposed to be on par with Tadakatsu. What's with that? I think Munashige, like the Basara thing, is the guy with like the double chainsaws, and he's just a terror. Yeah, so I'm like, huh? But yeah, he is enough to push against that glass ceiling for B now, and he's really pushing. He had Kiyomasa Kato at B. That I agree with. Sides are cool, but he's always going to be the straight man to Masanori Fukushima, who was another character that was like a unique NPC that got the playable later on. Like Aya. Drake put him at A, and I, again, don't know if he belongs quite up there. That seems more about right there, yeah. Like, not quite ahead of Ieyasu. But not that high enough where he's like an A ranking. For me. Not for me. Like the design, like the moveset, but... Nothing really striking about him to like put him in the upper echelon here. But still high in B. Kaihime. He had an A. This be my waifu. And in my heart she'll be S rank, but I do agree with the A ranking. But I enough to enough to over him, yeah, over Nagamasa though, yeah. Does she go over? Gotta think about this one. Over the big three. Or does she become the bottom of the big three? How do I want to put her? Head of Nagamasa, wow. Damn, I really gotta think about that. Put her ahead of Nagamasa. Would she be ahead of Kenshin? No, that's a much harder sell. Let's start here first. It's like a crooked picture trying to figure out what exactly the right angle I want it to be at right now. Wow, I've never had a... I guess I'm a sucker for gyarus, or maybe whether I just want like a Samurai Warriors dating sim where you get to be the husbando. It's like, I've come to the future. Or something. One of those, what's the word for it? That thing in isekai, that anime trope, isekai. Yeah. I don't think I can put her in the top 3. As much as I'd be doing Nagamasa dirty a little bit like that. Damn, I'm already doing that by putting his lady and her second so far. Yeah, I know, man. I'm breaking hearts over here with this. I'm kind of breaking my own with putting her down here, but the more I think about it, yeah, she rocks with the Hojo as well, which only like serves to like put her as high as she is now. As much as I adore her, to put her against Nagamasa, who I feel the depths of my soul for, how there's this tragedy. Damn. I can't do that to the boy. I can't do that. The history's hurt him enough. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I'm like looking at 2 children. I gotta pick which one's my favorite. Oh, I feel so bad. He had Lady Hayakawa at a B. Her moveset far outshines her character, which is just kind of is Kaihime's bestie and daughter to Ujiyasu. I think daughter? I'm not sure. I don't know if she's Hayakawa Hojo or something like that. But yeah, she a B. Again, her moveset's enough to place her... Yeah, no. Bottom. The moveset's unique shit. I mean, she's unique enough, like, character-wise, and I guess story-wise. She just kind of... Again, you partner her with S-tier waifu, like I mentioned. She just falls down that much farther. Sorry. Yeah, I can't put her anywhere near... If not for the moveset, she'd be down here. Maybe a little ahead of Goemon, but she'd be like here. Were not for the moveset with the ice and everything on the cross, which is a little unwieldy to use, but again, moveset's cool. And that's about it. When Drake knows an S tier, my god, I have had so much fun with Kotaro Fuma in S tier. Maybe, yeah, hang on. Head of Matsunaga, yes. Head of Koshosho, yes. Head of Uchiyasu, Yes. Silver medal for me. The shit stir I get to stir with him in any game I've played with him. He said he had a strong debut. I want to play that game, honestly, just because he's in that. He showed up in one of the second ones. Wow. Yeah. Not ahead of Nobunaga, but nipping at the heels. Yeah. Yeah, he's up there for me, for sure. If I'm rolling with a party, it'd probably be any party he's in, any game he's in, where I get to use him and just flail about with my arms and just good against single and groups because of it. You wouldn't think, but my God. Yeah. Yeah, he's up there. Another S tier for me. Drake put him at A. Okay, fine. Any lower than that, I might have been pissed off. But I don't know. Let's look at it ahead. Let's look at A first. Let's think of it this way. Ahead. Yes. You're the prototype. Yeah, he's Form 2, basically. Yeah, of course. Head of the misses. Of course ahead of the top 3 there. So yeah, he's already here. Ahead. The shit he does in Orochi 4 alone. It still baffles me that he's available, like, at the very beginning. Do I put him ahead of Kotaro? Here I am again, hard decision. Does he nip at the heels, or is he nipping at Kotaro's heels? I'd be doing him a disservice for putting him in A, but S, yeah, he belongs there. Yeah, I'd neck and neck these boys, I think. But yeah, I think a little bit of edge. Like this would probably be my team right here, just about. If they ever did like just a Samurai Warriors, again with the new one with less characters, I feel like they're gonna go back to just one character instead of like the back and forth, which I don't mind, but whatever. Yeah, there's only like 27 characters on that. But yeah, Toddy can be up there. I like the fact he pointed out that Ina's a lefty and therefore a southpaw. And he put her at an A. She's not Magaguchi in terms of the distance, but she is about here. Maybe a little bit ahead of Nene. Maybe not. Yeah. Hanzo Hattori. The very first Samurai Warriors game, I started with him because I'm like, oh, ninja, cool. And he's got a Kusarigama, also cool. And you do like the double, and he's got like the double jump. It's like, oh shit, I can attack him from the side here and flank him. I thought that was really neat. So yeah, pretty good debut. Then in later games, like his design in 2 was really cool, and then he gets like the open mouth thing. And here's his 4 where he looks like Ninja Lucha Hattori. Again, probably because of this guy right here, because of Fuma being such a S tier. Yeah, your weak link is Fuma existing, basically, so A ranking? I'll go as far as put her against Nene as the proto-ninja being up there with the Kusarigama. A little more style to him. Hedakatsuye. Yeah, about there. To put maybe a little ahead of Gracia, maybe. I don't know. Not again. Or about here. Not over Keiji though. Yeah, we'll leave you there. You're just too stoic, where she got a little bit more enjoyment in her and stuff like that, and she's always fun to play with. Now, Tora E. At a B. Once again, that sounds about right. The apologetic attacker with the thick thighs taking lives. Nothing really sets you apart from the... to make you go into the A crowd. She's probably waifu material for some of you. Hell, she... Whether or not she showed up for whatever DOA game she was in, I was like, wow, that's... I mean, alright, cool. Here's the thing, her moveset's a little hard to manage sometimes, so... Yeah, just because her moveset's, like, out of these with the axe and everything, but him with not much in the bone, her story's at least captivating enough to set her apart a little bit, I would say. Here, maybe. Maybe even against Ina, maybe. Maybe over not Ina, Aya. A little above Aya. Okay, not above Mitsunari, but yeah. Takatora Todo. I like the blue and everything. Design, his personality is like dry ice, and I chuckled when DrakeVagabond called him the Tao Pi of Samurai. The ice, I can kind of see it. He ices better than Shu does, again. Unique enough. Seems to have a little bit more control over his. Over guy with the scythe. Yeah. Not a whole lot of meat on his bones either, in my opinion. Maybe even go so far as to put him behind Kiyomasa. But again, I just think that the ice and everything's a little cooler. If this was Basara Yoshitsugu, he'd be at least an A. Because the fucking crazy taxiing my way around doing shit. Oh, he's so vicious on that. Samurai Warriors, the Samurai Heroes, I think is what it's called. The one that came on the PS3. He was a delight to muck with. But he had this version at a bit, and I can't really remember the guy's weapon. I had to look it up, and I was like, was it some kind of like spirit stick or something like that? To ward away evil spirits? Something like that. Yeah, bottom of boots here for me. Another one where Basara outshines Masamune Date. You had him at A. They really did help him to be more tragic and flesh him out after the first game. It's a bit of a... Not even a bit of a dick. Well... Over Hideyoshi. No, not over Hideyoshi. Kojura can go over him. He might be possible to put here. Him as just a vassal and like the voice of reason. I'm even debating putting him over, because he's got an interesting little moveset there. Again, I think I had more fun with Kojiro than Date, so... Yeah, actually 2 steps ahead. Not really that much over Ina, moveset-wise, if I'm trying to remember. And just being a vassal, Ina's got a little bit more going on over there. Especially with the whole, the other Sana she's with, Nobuyuki. But he's not next on the list. Kanetsugo Noe is... He's a high A, because I enjoyed using him every game he's in. Like the sword on the lasers. Something basic about him, but still very... is dependable moveset, is what I want to say. His moveset's like very dependable. Yeah, an upper 5. Over Una, yes. Does he belong in the big 3 that's been holding it down? Like, I enjoy him more than Kenshin, but do I put him there? I put him there. I put him there. Yeah. Believe it or not. Again, like I said, his moveset's far more dependable than even these two. That's why I think he's a little higher. Like the thing with like the swap around, and then you do like the circle of talismans with lasers bouncing off everything. Very precise. Do I even put him over Yukimura? I put him over Yukimura. I did it. Yeah, I'll go there. I'll put him ahead on the top of A rank there. Again, not too much meat on the bone for him to like warrant him an S, but like I said, dependable moveset. I don't have his rating yet. I think I put him at an S for Kagekatsu Usugi. Like, let's put Tadakatsu level of strength kind of on wheels and give him like dual wielding and stuff like that. He was a beast in messing with him when he showed up. Yeah, even that, he's probably like the biggest outshines all these guys in the Uesugi. Do I put him against Magoichi? Up or against Magoichi though? Over Magoichi? Over Sakon. Over Sakon. Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Still not quite over Matsunaga. His debut was a little way stronger than his. But he's like silver medal. So he's directly behind him for that reason. For that reason alone. Right now we get to Nobuyuki Sanada. He had him in an A. Dependable enough to put him in the upper echelon here. I mean, he was just another Yukimura, but I don't know if I'd rank him like super duper high. The whole blades and everything. Like, I'm debating putting him here. Don't know if he goes over Gracia, maybe. Not above Kuji, though. Maybe above Gracia. If he had more to go with, he might be a little closer to his brother, but no. Yeah, that's about fair for him. A little ahead of Hanzo, and even that I'm trying to wager if I want to do that or not. Yeah. Double sword thing's cool. His moveset's a little bit more dependable than Hanzo. Hanzo does have a lot of spinning and stuff like that. He's a little unwieldy sometimes. And hers keeps changing outright to properly like put her in as far as movesets go. Like, I played Uichi in the first game where she was like a little girl and used like a kendama. Now she's like hoops, and 5 they're just going to change it again, I think. So she was hoops for 1, and then I think they changed that too. Like, she's the Wanfu of Samurai Warriors. Excuse me. Keep changing her weapon around. If Nene is A rank, then Kunoichi belongs there too, I think. But a little lesser, not enough meat on the bone. A little ahead of Kunoichi, yeah. But that's where she can stay. Yeah, she's that low of a... She's that many steps removed from Nene, though. Just because he's strong enough Or at least enough to have, like, meat on the bones. Kunoichi, not so much. I'm glad she got past that terribly bad design for the first game. With the hat on the... She looked ridiculous. She looked like well, Ninja's biggest weapon is deception. She looked more like a traveling circus act than a ninja. But, yeah. Later on, she gets, like, the little, like, poncho thing with her little animal buddy. I just remember seeing that from the loading screen for, I think, 4-2. A lot, so. He had Kojiro at an S, but Musashi at an A. I don't know if I agree with that. Kojiro an S, sure. But down here, because, again, he's just kind of a bonus character tied in with Musashi and not really anybody else. They do belong together. I trucked a little bit more dudes in one game with Musashi, so he might be a little higher than Kojiro, but I do like Kojiro too. Like, he trucked in 1 or 2. Kojiro helped me truck in 3 or something like that with his summon swords. Do I put him over Musashi? Yeah, he's got a little more style to it than Musashi, I would say, and a little neater moveset. His just with the double swords. But he can do a lot of heavy hitting with the double swords. But yeah, no higher than that. I almost... Now that's a hard sell. Thinking about it. No. You're just to be enough in S up there. For me. Low, but there. Yeah. Alright, and then we're down to the final characters here. This was the other Shimazu. Poster boy for 4-2. Cool Ryo of the Wildfire-ish armor with the dual swords. Just always made me think of Ryo of the Wildfire for some reason. Dependable, like... Kanetsugu. Let's say that. I messed with him a lot. He was my guy that ran through, like, the arena and stuff like that, so... Definitely up here. Even ahead of his mother, I would say. That ahead of his mother, even. That ahead of these two, even. Yeah. Again, I don't know if I want to put him past Ieyasu. Much I like his moveset a little bit more than Ieyasu. Does he bump No into 4th? No's been Queen Liu for a while, but now she's 3rd. Do I bump her down to 4th with him? I bump her down to 4th with him. Almost debating putting him 2nd place. Just because I used him more than these two. But that'd be taken away from the Munashige's. Tachibana's, I mean. Maybe here? No, you were fine. You're fine in 3rd place. You were fine in 3rd place. The new 3rd place. Yeah, former Queen Bee now to the top 3. And then we get to the Sana characters. I don't even know why she's listed here. She's not playable, so I'm not gonna rank her. He had the rest of these at a D. Cha-Cha was like a B. That wasn't. She had like the rings or something like that. I think for her moveset. She was just kind of there for a minute. Take your bottom B. Sasuke is my baby boy, my little ninja son. So higher up on B, I don't know, quite A. See, it's Ino all over again. My heart for him says A, but yeah, you'll be 5th. I won't put you against Ino. I won't put you against Nohime, but I think I've already done her a disrespect by putting him ahead of Nohime. I'm even now saying that, thinking of bringing him back down, but again, just because his moveset was more solid. It's the reason he's high as he is. There's Daddy. There's Nobuyuki. He had one around for a while. He can take the... He can take a B around... Here. Here. You can be behind. You can be behind Baby Boy. I didn't even care much about him to remember. He lumped a lot of the Sonic characters around CD. Cha-Cha was B. Everybody, she was C. Again, unfair to rank her. She's not even a playable character, so I'm not even gonna. This shitbag though. He might be a jobber, but this guy like bumbled one too many times. Katsuyura, and his whole moveset was like a... I found out later was just like create a character spear. I'm like, really? So yeah, didn't even think to. And that's like Ieyasu's bumbler as well. I thought even less of him. I don't even remember it. Was he playable in that or not at all? I know he was. I don't know if. I don't think I cared about him enough with all the other characters already up here. But yeah. So yeah, Nobunaga untouched. He was the first one we picked. He went to S, and that's where he stayed. Where to put him ahead in A? He rules the B. Not much C or D. Again, a lot of characters not a whole lot of characters I truly look at and just go... Like, I was thinking... even he might be down here. Now I think more about it. Even her, I don't remember that much about. Might even be down there. It's solid enough. Let's bring him down there. Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha can stay at B. Cha-Cha can stay at B. Let's see. Anybody else I want to move about, maybe? No, that covers it. That's my tier list. So yeah, a lot of agreeable stuff. Some I didn't agree with all that much. DrakeVagabond pretty much nailed it for most of these characters. Again, if I had no difference at all, I wouldn't have the need to make the video whatsoever. But yeah, that's where I place everybody. And again, doing it differently, you just put them on the tier. Like most people just put them in the tier. How I do it is, you saw me like rank everybody up. Like okay, do I put them ahead here? Like, yeah, I like to be a little bit more meticulous, and I know that's a little harder. It makes for a longer video maybe, but hey. I do how I do. But that will do for this episode of Searching for Rankings. Until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.